I feel good about doing this work because I deeply believe in it. I deeply believe that we need each other's stories to learn how to be good people and live rich lives. I think we owe it to the generations that follow us to leave them our stories. It all comes down now. You've done your pre-interview, you've done your research, you turn the camera on, and you're sitting in this room with this other person. So what is it that really matters? The word is rapport, but I've come to really think about what that word means. It doesn't necessarily mean that everything's all warm and fuzzy and you feel like you're sitting with your best friend. I think what rapport means is that you and the narrator, the two people in the room, have developed a shared, if unspoken, understanding of the relationship between you, and that you both settle into that relationship and you feel comfortable with that relationship. And it's within that space of knowing how you two relate to each other that the interview unfolds. There are certain sort of instincts or skills that are really important as a good interviewer. And one of them is knowing when to cut, when a story is just sort of wandering off and isn't going to end up somewhere. And knowing when a story is meandering and is going to end up somewhere. When do you cut someone off and encourage them with a question to move on? And I have an example of that with the woman that I interviewed, Mary, who I was interviewing specifically to learn about her experience working at the Ford assembly plant in Richmond, California during the war years. And Mary started telling me this story about finding religion when she was a child. And it was a totally captivating story about with mourning doves and falling down and her grandmother. And I was completely captivated by her story, and at the same time I was thinking, I'm supposed to be getting information from her about conveyor belts and amphibious trucks that are being manufactured in the war, and we're talking about mourning doves, and is this, what do I do here? But I had this instinct that I should just listen and let her keep talking. And she ended up making this huge loop and ending up connecting her experience as a child, finding Jesus, with her experience at the Ford plant, meeting her first, being introduced to a group of co-workers who were Seventh-day Adventists, and sharing with me all of this great stuff about religion among her co-workers at Ford. And that would just have been lost if I had somehow steered her in a different direction. And it's a subtle thing, and I think you learn by doing it. You get this instinct where a story is going.